Good afternoon, Booze and Culture. I'm in North Carolina, down here with doing some moonshine stuff, doing some other things with a film, but mainly it has to do with moonshine. So I figured why not this morning make this video and share with you guys about what was going to happen today. Today you're going to be watching The Last One. There's a guy sitting next to me here and I haven't even said anything, but I'm honored, you should be super honored, be joined by the filmmaker himself, Neal Hutcheson, that made The Last One. And he, instead of me introducing The Last One and talking about popcorn and all that jazz, why not hear it from the man who actually made the film?
Well, what to say, the film was shot in 2002. Popcorn really led the way as far as how it was displayed, what you're going to see as far as how is it constructed. I peppered him with questions to keep him talking, but that's not really difficult to do.
Have to watch for damn snakes. This place is full of copperheads and rattlesnakes. I damn sure don't want to get bit by one of them today.
You'll see he's quite a performer, and so it's an interesting film for me in terms of not only what it captures in terms of heritage, but you see somebody who's performing heritage, and yet it's authentic at the same time.
As Bubba says, I'm gonna make some wiki today.
It may not be the way that he made moonshine all of the time, but it's the way that he saw people making moonshine when he was growing up. It's the way it's been classically depicted in depictions of Appalachian people, and that was absorbed back into the culture.
We're gonna make it like it did 100 years ago, like my granddaddy made it.
So it is real, even though, and he was a real moonshiner, even though he didn't always make it in that way. And he does talk about that in the film, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
That he's making it on wood, and he's only done that a few times, and so forth. So normally he used more modern conveniences, but I think it's great that he went through this. I will say it was kind of a lark when we did this. I had no idea that some 23 years later that people would be watching it in a classroom in Pennsylvania or elsewhere on the internet. I think Popcorn may have had an idea about that more than I did.
Yeah, we got about 2 or 3 more days at it.
Oh, really?
These tapes are going nationwide. And about me and my A model out there, and I'm gonna have a real live moonshine still going on it.
He knew he was larger than life.
He'd say this is going nationwide, but you never knew when he was full of it, or but a lot of things he that you doubted that he said turned out to be true in the end.
We did go back and find this location a couple of years ago, 2018. Tell them what happened.
Well, that was pretty exciting for me. I was beginning to work on Land and Water Revisited, a documentary project.
Which
with
they've
Kirk.
seen already. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And Kirk was coming through Maggie Valley, and I met him there to pick up, to drop off some equipment that he was going to drive down to Mexico. And he said, hey, what do you think about trying to find the site that the film was made? And I said, I was thinking the exact same thing. I hadn't been back since Popcorn died in 2009. I hadn't been back to Maggie Valley since then. So it was special for me to be back in the area. And anyway, to jump ahead, we spent all day looking for it. It was rainy. It was difficult to find. Everything had grown and they'd graded the road. Everything it was different. And it was difficult to get to in the first place, even though I remembered how to find it. So it took us a number of hours. Eventually we located it, and it was obvious immediately that nobody had been there since the day that we packed out, which you do get to see, spoiler, at the end of the film, where Popcorn and JB Raider are packing out the gear. Nobody had been back since that day, and I had suggested that maybe we couldn't find it because they had cleaned it. They'd gone back and cleaned out everything. So that became pretty funny when we found the remains of chairs that had just been thrown in the creek and all this stuff.
And it was cool because I just was talking to you guys about the Moonshine Archaeology Project, and that what I was looking for was the stone furnace, right? That's what we were looking for when Laurel and I were out hiking around in the woods looking for these things. And that's exactly what's left of Popcorn's still is that furnace. And you'll see photos of that Tori can flip through, but you'll see the one that he's building in the film too.
That's some real mud though, that's thick. That sets up, you can't knock this down.
Yeah, I mean, talk about not knowing where something's going. By the time we came back in 2018, I think, it was an archaeological site, and I, of course, never would have anticipated that. And that's what it is now, even though people have found it since, and so it does get visitors and so forth. But what you're going to see in the film, this is a photograph I keep on my desk, now looks
Oh, yeah.
something like that. That's not when we went. We were in the summer.
Right, we went in the summer.
Yeah, a friend of mine took that photo. And then just to share with you something else, this is something I keep on my desk from about that period to keep me humble.
Yeah.
And then one more artifact, which
Well,
I can share.
yeah, so, I did bring in some moonshine the other day, and I brought in some that Mike Woody had made, that was made from the Bloody Butcher, and I talked all about that. But then I brought a little bit of Popcorn's moonshine, that he had made, because he made moonshine all the time. But what I didn't bring in, because no one on the planet has it, is what Neal has right now. Neal, you want to talk about this?
Well, this jar, which has been sitting on my desk, is a jar that was actually made in the film. I think there were about 12 jars that came out of that.
From that run that you're going to see, that particular run during the film, this is the moonshine from that.
This right here is going to be second to none, because nobody will never do this again. This is the last time I'm going to ever do it.
It has never been opened. It's never been touched.
I cannot believe this is happening right now.
And so what we just decided to do was, there's no reason to just let it sit forever. We're going to open this for the first time since
2002.
What you see in the film, yeah.
Yeah, I've made all kinds of liquor in my time.
What kind are you making today?
This I'm going to make today, got 4 damn fights to a pint.
Man, I can't believe you're sharing this with me.
I can't believe I'm doing it. But what a great occasion to do it.
Oh my God.
Nicely aged.
Oh my God.
Oh, damn. It's really good. I thought this might... I have some...
All right.
It was other moonshine. I thought this might not measure up, but it's pretty incredible.
That is really smooth.
Yeah, it's got a little sweetness.
Right before we started filming this, he said he was going to do this. I can't believe this is happening. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. I know you guys didn't get to taste it, but, you did get to witness something just now that's historic.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I again, thanks for doing this, and for talking to the class. I hope you all enjoy the film. I know you will. And any parting words? Put you on the spot. It's 5 o'clock somewhere?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Enjoy the film, and have a great weekend. If you drink safe.
Damn, I believe that's going to have 5 fights to a pint instead of 4.